Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened, as I said it would. People will be... Oh, when have we got Leeds? Yo! All we need is Joel Piroe. All we need is Joel Piroe. Yo, if you haven't seen the Caicedo video, then you won't know. But listen, before we get into it, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. And boy, what difference 24 hours makes, because I woke up this morning with a spring in my step. All together now. All we need is Joel Piroe. All we need is Joel Piroe. Bring him to Leeds, baby. No, listen, honestly, if this... Well, it's got legs, clearly, because every man and the dog, every man and the Marco and Billy are out there now reporting this, yeah? Sky Sports, Lyle Thomas from Sky Sports, who broke the Bournemouth news, by the way. Phil here, who broke this story. Wales Online, all the Swansea reporters saying that this one could happen. That's going to be difficult. But listen, imagine a situation where you get the most sought-after striker in the Championship, leading the line for Leeds United. All this pain that we've had to go through, and it has been pain, especially for me as a content creator. It's been pain these last few weeks. That will all be, you know, forgotten. I'll be banging the 49ers drum if they bring me Joel Piroe. Yeah? Yeah, sorry, Rossi, he did. He did, mate, you're right. Alan Nixon broke this story. My apologies, he did this morning. Big up Rossi in the chat, by the way. So, yeah, like Dave did says, this shows massive intention. Massive intention. You know, just one Piroe, give it to me. Chris, I like it. Joel Piroe, Kamara, O'Brien, Paintsil. You know, we might be about to cook. Now, Professor says a lot saying Nixon isn't reliable, maybe in some cases, but listen, all journalists are like that, right? Some said we were getting Nat Phillips. Some said we were getting... This happens. Yeah, they can't always be right 100% of the time. And you'll be amazed how many deals that don't get reported could get... Like, there's loads that goes on. So I think journalists will wait until they think it's got legs. Listen, Nixon's bang on, I think. I mean, I'm blocked by him, because if you do question him, he blocks you. You don't even have to be rude. You just question the man. And he blocks you. But yeah, look, he's reported it. Like I said, even if you don't want to believe in Nixon, I know the majority of you believe in Phil here. And he said it. And then also Lyle Thomas, who on Sky has also said it. You know? And I hear you, Damar. I'm only playing with you last night. You know that. So amazing scenes. Concerning Leeds United this morning. You know straight away. You know what the first thing I did? Was? I went in my group chat with Locks. I said, have that. Stick that out, you. Because he's been battering me. Now, of course, this might not happen. But it is what it is. Let me share with you first and foremost the article that Sir Philip has put together in the article. So this is the actual report. Let me just zoom in on this here. So Leeds United, this was 35 minutes ago now. Leeds United working on a deal to sign Piroe from Swansea. Leeds United are working on a deal, Swansea City's Joel Piroe, amid mounting interest in the Dutch forward. We have a long-standing interest in Piroe, who they targeted late on in last year's summer transfer window, and value him in the region of 8 to 10 million. Piroe, who scored 19 goals in the Championship for Swansea last season and 22 the season before, is into the last 12 months of his contract with the club and has so far resisted their offer of a 2-year extension. He is increasingly likely to leave Swansea before next week's transfer deadline, and Leeds are one of several sides who are competing for his signature. Now, it's not just Leeds in the hunt. Southampton Obviously, Russell Martin worked with him previously. They're about to get some money for Shea Adams as well, so watch this space. And Leicester City are other sides tracking him, but Leeds are under pressure to make key additions to the squad at the end of the summer, which has seen numerous departures from Ellen Road. Remember, we just now have 9 days left. We are in single figures, people. And number 9 is a major priority for manager Daniel Farke, who currently has Rutter as his only available centre forward. Patrick Bamford and Mateo Joseph are recovering from injury, and Farke wants a striker to come through the door before the window closes. And what a statement signing it would be. Yeah, what a statement signing it would be. Of course, maybe no official bid has gone in up to this point. Who was it who said it? Sorry, I missed it. Let me give you your props. Yeah, Tim says, Joe, I'm reading Swansea say no offer received yet. No official bid as of yet, but of course they'll be having conversations maybe about potentially what that bid would look like, right? What can we do a deal at? Because what you must remember here from Swansea's perspective, if he ain't going to sign a new deal, they need to get him gone. The reason they need to get him gone, because they need that money. As a football club, you can't let a prize asset like that leave for free. You only just have to look at the Harry Kane situation. It's exactly the same. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, as much as Daniel Levy wanted to keep Harry Kane, I believe the guy, I forget his name, Joe, the guy who's getting done for some stuff, basically the ENIC gaffer, put pressure on Levy to say, nah, you need to sell, because you're going to let this man walk and let him have his choice of clubs. And obviously, Harry Kane would have probably chose one in England and stayed, but ultimately, Bayern Munich has paid. So it's not 100, it doesn't correlate 100%, because obviously Joel Piroe is not Harry Kane and he won't have his choice of clubs in the Championship. He'll have his choice of clubs elsewhere. There's clubs in Europe looking for him. Maybe even a lower end Premier League club might take a gamble if he's available on a free. So from a Swansea's perspective, they will want to get shot. It makes perfect business sense. He isn't going to sign a deal. We need money. Otherwise, we're letting a prize asset leave for nothing. Or nada, zilch. Nada. Yeah. So they will want to sell. So if he's not going to sign a new deal, which reports were saying, well, obviously they're incorrect, then they'll want to sell. The only issue is Joel. Obviously, Joel Piroe has the opportunity of waiting for a year and then also getting monies. Because he can get monies. Because ultimately he'll get that signing on figure. So this is where Leeds United need to ensure that we're probably going to have to go above and beyond what we would like to in terms of wages and signing on fee and bonuses, etc., in order to get this deal done. Otherwise, the player will just go on, I'll wait. Because as we found with the Nonto situation of late, the game's all about money. If we didn't already know, it's all about money. It's all about the money. It's all about the dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum. Niche, banger, baseline. But yeah, so Leeds United are going to have to make sure they put together a decent package for Joel. And it would be a real signal of intent from the 49ers for sure, if indeed they were to manage to get this one done. Just to put some more meat on the bones, for those that might be doubting the Phil Hay stuff. This is the Sky report here from Lyle. Leeds are in talks with Swansea over a deal for striker Piroe. Negotiations are centering around a fee. Leeds are understood to value him at an initial 8 million. We ain't going to get him for 8, are we? If that's where our valuation is, Swansea will have a valuation. We've already seen with Leeds United as well. They've played hardball with Willie Nonto. Swansea can do exactly the same. The only thing is Leeds are in a good position if they can agree personal terms with the player. And there has to be, what we must remember as well, there has to be a signal of intent from the player. Otherwise, Leeds United wouldn't even entertain this. There has to be a signal of intent, because there's no point otherwise. You speak with the camp. We know it happens. We've seen it with Caicedo, for example. He had to have given Liverpool a signal of intent in order for them to put the bid in. Otherwise, what's the point? They've ended up with egg on their face. But, players can also use clubs in that respect. So we need to be careful of that side of things as well. But ultimately, they must have had good reports from his camp. Otherwise, why we even enter in the negotiating table? Yeah. Now, if Leeds are valuing him at 8, Swansea are going to have probably a higher price than that, and it'll be somewhere in the middle. But I don't think they'll get. Then again, it depends, doesn't it? Because look at Daniel Levy and Harry Kane, just to bring it back to that final year, and they still got 100 million for him. So you know, I don't know. But I think it could be anywhere between 8 and 15. 8 and 15. But apparently we value him at 8 million. He's got 12 months left on his contract, which obviously puts Leeds and the player, to be fair, in a strong position. Swansea, not so much. We've got long-standing interest, but so have Southampton and Leicester. He played under Russell Martin. This is something we need to really, really think about here as well, because as we've seen with the Ryan Manning deal, we were way down a list of potential suitors for him, I think, and his main choice was obviously Russell Martin, maybe even Burnley, but I'm not sure they were willing to meet demands. But listen, that's one thing we have to remember, that at this moment in time as well, Southampton look tipped to go up. I think they look better than Leicester. They can be counted on both sides, really, and defensively, they're not the best. They don't compare to Leeds United defensively, but he could be looking at it and say, listen, if they're going to make me the same deal as Leeds, then I'm going to go Southampton, because at this moment in time, they look quite attractive. So that's the main sticking point for me, is Russell Martin in this. As I said there, Swansea have not received an official bid for Piroe from any club. Michael Duff confirmed earlier this month that Swans had offered Piroe a new contract to stay with the club. We haven't. So just on this as well, Michael Duff, Swansea have already prepared for his exit. They brought in two strikers. I think one Yates from Blackpool and another striker. They know that this guy's potentially going to leave the football club. What Michael Duff had to say was, we hadn't received a bid for Joel Piroe at the club, so it's pointless talking about his situation until someone makes a bid. The club is talking to him. He hasn't said yes, and he hasn't said no to a new contract. But you would argue at this stage, it looks like he won't sign a new deal. So that's the latest updates. Obviously, we will take a look on Twitter to make sure and see if we've missed anything up to this point. But we shall see what happens. Obviously, we're expecting some incomings today. I personally believe we will get some. That's my thought process. I think we might see Kamara coming today, hopefully. Anyway, I mean, if we were to get Paintsill and then Piroe, and then you know, Lewis O'Brien, Kamara, a fullback, because Leeds United are in for a fullback. They tried to get Brandon Williams done, but obviously he chose Ipswich. And we know that we tried to get Max Aarons in the door as well. So we're going to get a fullback. What that means for Ayling, I'm not too sure, but he's a great squad player. What it means for Drama, again, remains to be seen. It's also been reported, as we know, this was a couple of weeks ago now, maybe last week. It's been reported in the Italian press that Leo Chielda could be on his one to Salernitana. I always butcher that name, but Salernitana, 1.7 million. Apparently, Leeds United have said that's what you would need to pay. Again, that's going to be a win for us, because, you know, we've already established he's not quite good enough for me anyway, to be moving. As I say, Lyle Thomas has actually tweeted out as well, the Sky Sports dude, just to say, I'll share it with you just so you can see it, and then I'll get to your comments and we'll have a little chinwag about it. So this is the tweet. Leeds are in talks with Swansea. Again, no official bid yet, but like I said earlier, we will be having conversations. Talks centering on a fee, what that looks like, how that's going to be made up. Leeds see him at an initial 8 million. No formal bid yet, but ramping up. Southampton and Leicester have also been keen on him. 1 year left on his deal. So that's all we need to know right now, isn't it? But it looks like Leeds United are certainly making moves. Luke W with the super chat, big up to you, my broski. He says Leeds and Swansea transfer deal. What could go wrong? That is a very good point, but I don't think Mr. Hugh Jenkins is about anymore, is he? Is that his name? It is his name. Hugh. It's a proper Welsh name, that, isn't it? Hugh Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins. I know you know about Leroy Jenkins. G Smith, big up. Joe, big ups to how you handled the non-talk conversation yesterday. Here's to locking down his window in style. And if your little lad hits you up for a toy in the museum again, we move. Big up to you, G Smith. That's really lovely, mate, and really kind of you, my guy. So thank you. He's currently out in Spain with his mum. I've seen some lovely little videos of him, to be fair. Obviously, you know that he's autistic as well. Like, so like he was in the swimming pool and then like got out and then he's like, Dad, come in the swimming pool. Because obviously we don't live that far. So when I speak to him on the phone, he's like, you come and get me, come in. And he's like, Dad, you come in the swimming pool. I'm like, I don't think you quite get this, son. You're in Spain, man. I can't just come to Spain and jump in the pool. As much as I would love to, I can't I can't do that. But yeah, he's a little dancer. I love him to bits. Marcus says Joel drive 60 miles to Swansea to go get him. I think we all would, right? I think we all would. Baseline TBBBS, big up to you. Kamara waiting game for it all to get accepted. Looks that way, right? Although it's been reported by Ekron Corner, let me just say this guy is cat. Yeah, he's got loads of followers, but yeah, it's all guesswork from that man. See which way the wind blows. Although I do think the Kamara one has legs. I know I said yesterday I wasn't so sure, and the reason I said that is because, you know, it seemed to have rumbled on for quite some time, but I do think it'd be a great addition, and it would just be extra bodies in there that we need. Tanya's saying BBC says we have agreed personal terms with Kamara. That seems to be the general gist of things these days. The player terms be agreed first of all, right, and then you deal with the club. That's why I'm confident with the Joel Piroe thing that Leeds United have had good intentions from him. Otherwise, why enter the race, right? His wages won't be an issue. You wouldn't imagine so. I mean, let me just have a look on Capology. Just bear with me one moment. I'm just going to check out what he's on. If I just go to the Championship and go to salaries and go to Swansea. I'm on Sunderland. Just 1 sec, folks. So he is on, according, around about £12,000 a week. £12,000 a week, which, let's be honest, folks, you know, it's pocket change. It's pocket change. So he's on about 12 grand a week. Now, if you think about how much money Leeds United have saved in wages alone, it's insane. Like 5 million a month. So what's Joel Piroe going to want? 25? 20, 25? Giving parity with some of the players in the squad. Nonto's on 20. I'm convinced Nonto gets a new deal, by the way, with the release clause. I do. That might be a sweetener. I don't know. That's what normally happens, right? But anyway, like NJ1 says, give him anything up to 40. Potentially, yeah. Like he's on 12 grand, you know, so we move. So we'll have to wait and see. Wacko said 2 today. That would be amazing. I looked at that. I look at that flight to Brussels and back again. What was that about? Was that conversation? I don't know. I'm hoping Paintsil is a goer. Like I said, that's definitely got legs as well. It's been reported by all the right places, to be honest. Russ says if Lyle says something, it normally happens. Well, he did get the Bournemouth one. He was on that one, wasn't he? Jamie says I'll do anything for Piroe. Jamie, even you, my broski, even you will be bouncing, right? He'll be bouncing. Mate, after Aaron's, I'm not sure how this turns out. Just cross your fingers and your toes. Cross your fingers and your toes at this point, bro. That's all you must do. You must. We must. No one needs to see my toes, otherwise I'd cross them right now for you. You know, when I went on that walk, yeah, basically I got blisters under my big toes, and now the big toenails after a few weeks finally popped off, and now I've like got my big toes now look like thumbs. So it's not good. It's not looking good, bruv, as my man Castillo would say. All right, let's have a look and see what my man Owen's just tagged me in. Big up to Owen, by the way. Okay, so this is from Tom Coleman, who's Wales Online. Again, you know, he will know things, but I think it's comparable to like Leeds Live, all that sort of stuff. So I don't always take this stuff with 100%. You have to take it with a pinch of salt, I'll say, because this same person said that Piroe was signing a new deal. Let's not forget that this same person who's telling us now also said that Piroe was going to sign a new deal a couple of weeks back. Facts. But he says no formal bids from anyone yet, but Leeds, they've stepped up interest. Southampton and 2 unnamed European sides, among others, that are keen. Again, the European side, that could be a sticker. Look at Gyökeres. He went over to Portugal. He's been scoring goals over there as well. So that could easily lure you away. Another season in the Championship, or do you want to come join us in Portugal, or a club of that ilk? He could even get a return back to his native land of Holland. Do you know what I mean? So this is something we need to be wary of. But listen, Leeds need in this scenario to use their financial muscle, because that's what we have, is financial muscle, even over teams that are in these leagues, even though we're in the Championship, because of the Premier League parachute payments, etc. You know, England has that money. So Stavros says, Tom, if you had to bet on this one, where is he going? And he did say, I'd say Leeds is in a very good position at this stage, but wouldn't all be surprised if there's another twist or two before the end of the window. And it looks like it could rumble on. It definitely looks like it could rumble on, let's be honest. Jamie says, yeah, might be perfect, might not be perfect in the system, but it'll score you goals. And again, Daniel Farker would have given this the hey, yeah. Bit of outcast for you there. So, and you have to make it work, right? That's what the manager's job is to do, to make it work. You live and die by your signs. We're seeing that at Manchester United with Eric Ten Hag and Mason Mount. You know, these things happen. So, lots of optimism today. Hope no disappointment tomorrow. That's the thing we have to remember, Dave Dids, is make sure we get these deals, because there's no point in getting the fans excited for it then to fall off, because then you're just setting yourself up to even more criticism from the fans. Listen, I don't know the player, but you know, we did a video last night, if you want to check that out, on Kamara. Well, on the whole day as a whole, really. Yesterday was mad, really, without actually signing anyone. We heard a lot of positive stuff. So if you want some thoughts on Paintsil, then go check that video out from last night, mate. And no doubt we'll be speaking, later on tonight at some point as well. Don't forget, if you're into it, White Rose Rivals will be on at 6 p.m. today. Nice hour chat there with our Yorkshire brethren. So make sure you join us for that. It's a really good chat. 25 grand a week. Yeah, I mean, it is pocket change. It is pocket change to Leeds United. What wage? These were on, much more than that, 40, 50s. We can have a look. Like, I'll show with you. Capology. I think some of the players might not be actually on the list anymore because they've transferred to different football clubs. Yeah, Adams isn't on there anymore. But let me. Oh, that needs tightening up. Nearly lost my mic there for a second. Sorry, folks. So let me tighten that up. There you go. Hopefully you can still hear me. You can still hear me. Let me just check that, because I don't want this mic. It goes dodgy. Let me just check. Hello. Yeah, you can hear me. You can hear me. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Right. So again, some of the players have actually been removed from this, folks, because they've changed clubs. But you can have a look at some of the players and what money they're kind of on at the football club. Obviously Harrison's now left, but was on a wedge. Bamford's on a wedge. Of course, some of these money will have reduced because of the 50 to 60% wage reduction. I wonder if that's only tied into new players like Rutter, for example, and others like that, Cine, etc. We know Matt Rocker's gone. These that have the green tick have been verified. But yeah, if you look at how much money we will have saved, I mean, it'd be interesting if we could just have a look at the Premier League just to see if Adams is rocking up on their salary. Yeah, look, man, he's gone straight in at the top, 60k there or thereabouts. He's up there with the top earners at the football club straight off the bat. So yeah, look, we're saving, I believe it's around about 5 million a month, reports were saying. Yeah, so there's a lot of money there sloshing about that's going to be free for Leeds United to look at. Joe, that plane has been in and out all week. Well, that's a positive, bro. If it is Leeds United related, then that's a positive, isn't it? Definitely a positive. 41 goals, 91 games for Swansea. Let's hope we sign Himp. Yeah, we need to sign Himp for sure. Colin Kerwin says, poor Farker trying to fly a hook. Don't. Imagine, bro. Colin, man. He's trying to do it on the down low, and lads are taking pictures of him. Class. Oh, that's a class. Big up Gary Paul, who's now been a member of JUSTJOE FC for 4 months. He says, just any movement for any player at this point. Fed up with being linked with everyone. Need numbers. Good things come to those who wait. And this is something Daniel Farker echoed, right? Daniel Farker said, didn't he? We're saving the best till last. So let's wait and see. Graham Smith just tweeted about Piroe. Let's see what the G-Dogs had to say. Just bear with us one moment while I get that up. And we can have a look what the G-Dogs had to say. Just wait to see. Thank you for those that tag me and stuff as well, just to keep me updated. Graham Smith, G-Dog. Right, okay. So Graham Smith says this is a really good read on Piroe. So he's just referencing the article that was published at 11:10. We will have a look at that, actually. That's from Tom Coleman, who we were just chatting about there. That's from Wales Online. But basically what Graham Smith says is, this is a really good read on Piroe from Swansea's point of view. Shows just how tricky this one could be. Everyone wants a striker. Feels like it'd be a real coup for Leeds to pull this one off. Listen, when was the last time we signed someone like this that everybody else wanted? It ain't our thing, is it? It's not a thing that we do. So if we manage to get it done, it would be absolutely fantastic. Let me get up the article that he's mentioned in question, and we'll go through it. Okay, so again, it's Leeds live-ish. But if Graham Smith's give it the rubber stamp, then let's talk about it. 917 of you watching currently, which is absolutely amazing. We hit 23,000 subscribers yesterday as well. So big up to each and every one of you that supports the channel. It means an awful lot. Make sure you've paid your rent though, folks. We've only got 239 likes and there's 921 people, yeah? So let's get them likes up to at least 500 if we can do that, okay? So make sure you pay your rent, and you pay your rent by smashing a like on the video, okay? Big up to each and every one of you. 23k is no mean feat. It means an absolute lot, and it's been very tiring and loads of hard work over the last few weeks, but I'm really grateful to even be in that position to be able to do it. So big up to yous that support me on a regular basis, okay? And tomorrow's well busy. I've got loads on tomorrow, shows and whatnot. Oh, tomorrow night as well, folks. Let me just give you a heads up on this because I know a lot of you love this guy. Benjamin Bloom's going to be on tomorrow. We said, let me just check my calendar. I think we'd said 9 o'clock. Yeah, we said 9 o'clock because he's on holiday. He's got a show 7 till 8. But Benjamin Bloom's going to be with me tomorrow because he's an Ipswich fan. If you didn't know, Benjamin Bloom is actually an Ipswich fan. So we'll have a chat about Ipswich and then obviously a chat about the Championship as well, because this guy's like Championship royalty. And I know a lot of you have asked, when are you getting Ben on? So we had a conversation. Ben will be with us. Ben will be with us tomorrow at 9 o'clock, okay? Talking about Ipswich, talking about the Championship. So make sure you've got subscriptions on and notifications on as well, all right? Now, let me just switch on over to this article that has been published by Wales Online, okay? So as it says here, the Whites have been tracking the Dutchman all summer and are understood to now be among the league contenders for his signature this summer. However, sources at the Swans have reiterated they have not yet received a formal bid from anyone at this stage. It goes on to say Leeds aren't the only ones keen on Piroe. Obviously, only got a year left on his deal. It puts the buying clubs in a very strong position. Several clubs registered an interest in his signature. Many conversations will have been had with his agent. Leeds United must have been given positive signs from them conversations. Otherwise, why embarrass yourself like this, right? Southampton, under the guidance of the Dutchman's former Russell Martin, remain in the picture. Sheffield United are one of the most recent sides. I swear I've seen that Sheffield United are getting Cameron Archer. Sheffield United are getting Cameron Archer, I believe. I've seen that this morning. I think that's going to be a goer, 17 million with a buyback clause of 50. So that's them off the table. That's them off the table for me, unless I'm wrong. I swear I've seen it, though. Someone let me know. It's not been confirmed, but I swear. 2 European sides have also entered in the fray. It'd be interesting to find out who these European sides are, right? We need to know who these European sides are, because then we can have a conversation about that. Um, 347 likes, please. Let's get them likes up so that we can say, get it up to 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 live viewers. We do that by you smashing the like. And if you're new here, please subscribe as well, okay? Make sure you've paid your rent. Otherwise, the landlord will be round, which is the people in the chat. Leicester City have had the striker on their radar since last summer, but their recent struggles in shifting Iheanacho have seen them cool their interest in this window. And I believe that Iheanacho is staying. According to Locks, he's staying. Atalanta's capture of Scamacca has caused them to also walk away, okay? So that's a positive for us, because if no disrespect to Leeds, to us, if Atalanta came a knocking, he's going there every day of the week. Leeds, however, appear undeterred, positive, and are poised to press ahead with their pursuit as we approach the final week of the transfer window. Maybe this delaying tactic from Leeds United was the plan all along. But one thing we must say this, folks, right? If they have purposely waited this long to try and get the best deals for the football club, you've got to make it happen. You've got to make it happen. You've put yourself in this situation. You must make it happen. Because if you do not, I do not want to hear from the spin doctor himself, Mr. Angus Kinnear, when he speaks to the square ball, to say, we tried. But, we did try. No. If you've purposely waited this long, then you must get the deals done. Because you will be called out. You will be called out. And that's, and I don't want to hear people go, yeah, but they told us they tried. No, you must. We've just dropped out of the Premier League. We have money. That's clear. We've sold a lot of players. The squad, if we're serious about going up, needs sorting out and quick. And if this is your guy, then go get your guy. You must. That is where we have to be as a fan base for me. And they need to be called out if they don't. However, getting a move over the line could yet prove problematic given the current standoff between Swans and Piroe's representative, which at the time of writing still hasn't been solved. Piroe's camp are unhappy at the terms of a sale being offered by the Swans, having negotiated a potential package with former Chief Executive Julian Winter back in January. Listen, it's not like the Swans to be a bit of a mad one, so it may be that Swansea are trying to play hardball on the fee that they're willing to accept. We know about these Swans. They moved mad when we tried to get Dan James. With fees and other one-off payments seemingly a key part of the discussion. However, following Winter's departure, it's claimed the club have gone back on the agreement. This is what I'm saying. There's no loyalty in football. There's no morals in football. He's probably had a golden handshake. Look at Harry Kane, again, bringing it back to Harry Kane's situation when his brother signed him on a bloody 9-year deal or whatever it was. And Daniel Levy said, yeah, I'll let you leave. And he was like, no, you won't leave when City came a knocking. You need to have it written down contractually. So this guy's gone. I didn't know this. And then they're obviously pulling out on certain agreements that were made with Joel's camp. It was hoped a resolution could be reached, but so far there has been no breakthrough. The situation initially meant that there was no real confidence that Piroe, incredibly, would be set to stay beyond the end of the current window. Indeed, the club have even held discussions with the striker over the possibility of a new deal. Having already rejected one offer this summer, the outcome of those talks isn't yet known. Should Piroe not back any offer of a new deal, it would clearly put Swansea in a difficult position. That's what I'm saying. The buying clubs have the power here. The club will know full well that allowing their star striker to leave for nothing next summer is an almost unthinkable possibility, particularly with a possible 15 million cash injection at stake. And also, as much as Swansea fans don't want to lose him, again, look at the Kane situation. A lot of Spurs fans were okay with him leaving because they understood we need to get the money. What are we going to do? Let this guy walk? They can't afford to do that. They cannot afford to do that. Given the level of interest, one suspects there's every chance they will look to get around the table with Piroe's representative once more to agree a sale that works for everyone. That could include a release clause, etc. Let's hope he doesn't sign a new deal. That's not what we want to happen. But there you go. That is that. Okay, so that is the article in its entirety there from Wales Online. Let's get back to some more of your comments. Big up to Gordon. Thread Golder said, my money is on Joseph Paintsil to sign. Why not get both? Why not get both? Why can't we get both? The money is there. The money is there. We're a big dog in this division. Why not get both? We've seen Swansea do business. We've seen Leicester do business. They've got their targets. Regardless of what I think of Harry Winks, they paid a lot of money for Harry Winks. They brought Conor Cody in, who's good at card tricks and telling jokes. They brought Mavadidi in. They brought many more. They brought in loans from City. Southampton have done business. Ryan Manning, um, and many others. You know, many others. So Leeds United need to show that we mean business. I love you as well, Pavan. Thank you very much. Yes, we definitely need a number 10 in this team. That goes without saying. Um, let's get some more. Okay. Do you work there, Theo? Or are you a flight attendant or what? Talk to me, Theo. Nah, but listen, we know for certain Daniel Farker was there yesterday. Now, according to Kieran, he was meeting hookers, but you know, allegedly, allegedly. Smash a like and subscribe. Let's get to Joe to 25k. Yeah, we're on the road there. Amazing scenes. Andy C says, keep up the good work. I watch every stream whilst at work. Twisted Transport. Big up to Andy C. I'm assuming, is that where you work, bro? Big up to Twisted Transport. Member for 16 months now. Big up to you all. Let me just put out there as well, just while we're on about companies, if anyone is interested in sponsoring the Just Joe football show, then please do get in touch this season. My email address is on social media, etc. If you would like to get in touch and potentially look to do that. Let's go and see what else is being said. Palace keen on Iheanacho. Look, I've heard that he's not leaving. That's according to Locks, but you know, I'm going to let you into a secret here. A look behind the curtain. Lachlan told me, Oscar, and Matt in our group chat that Harvey Barnes was going to be the player of the year in the Premier League after his cameo in the first game against Villa. He literally said, low key, Harvey Barnes for player of the year in the Premier League. Not Newcastle's player of the year, the Premier League player of the year. This guy. I cannot wait. For Leeds United to get their business done. Be September the 1st, and I can say to him, we're coming. We're coming, baby. We're coming. Let's see what else. If you're waiting for so long. Yeah, exactly. It's so true. It is so true, mate. We can't sit around here. Definitely not. This is a good point as well by Jamie, yeah. If you can't get plan A, make sure you get plan B and C. 100%. Yeah. And I'm the same as you. I don't want to hear, well, we tried. We gave it a good effort. We're just gonna have to bank on Paddy Bamford, who, as if he was a racehorse, would have been shot. That's no disrespect to Paddy, but you hear what I'm saying. He's broken. Yeah, Painter winger can play. It's like an inside forward. Like you could a bit like I assume who was it? Lockie said he gives Sterling vibes. My man Oscar on Twitter said he gives Gradle vibes. That just makes you salivate. As a fan, that makes you salivate. That is only a positive. Do you know what I mean? Let's be real. Sheffield United signing Archer, Fabrizio Romano just said. So that's them gone then, innit? That is them gone. They're not going to be looking to move now for I mean, yeah, there you go. Thanks, Owen, for tagging me in it as well. So Sheffield United have agreed an £18 million fee with Aston Villa for striker Cameron Archer. So that's Archer staying in the Premier League. And, you know, I think there'll be a buyback clause in there. It's just for him to show his qualities in the league, right? And I understand why he's staying there. So he's going for 18 million. And we'll have a buyback clause. That means no Premier League move for Joel Piroe because he's not going Luton, is he? Because they're not Luton ain't got the money, is what it is. No Luton player bar Tim Krul and Ross Barkley has played in the Premier League before. That's where they're at. So, you know, we've got no Premier League interest. So it's just these European clubs and the rest of the Leeds and rest of the players in our division. So yeah, Stephen, yeah, listen, it's come from Sky, it's come from Phil here, so there's definitely legs to it, mate. I don't know what that is. Just 1 second. I don't know. He says, I can't wait for Matty Goal to be fit and make all you YouTubers eat your words and go find a job. I don't know who Matty Goal is, mate. Are you on about Mateo Joseph. Is that who you're on about? He said, "Go find your job, mate. This is my job." I don't hate the player, bro. Like if you have opinions that you feel people need to hear, and all YouTubers are wrong, then start your own channel, bro. Start your own channel and tell people that we need to be, signing on Mateo Joseph. I hope you're right as well. No, no, I don't think you have found any YouTuber. I would be surprised that anyone in the YouTube sphere who said that Mateo Mateo Joseph isn't good. No one has said that, not one bit. If anything, we're all saying it about Bamford. I would prefer Joel Piroe and Mateo Joseph. This is a young lad. You cannot put so much pressure on a young lad. I've already said he's most exciting. And people talking about Perkins, if you watch me, I've always said I've enjoyed him. But when I have enjoyed him, I enjoy him off the left more so than I do in the centre. But listen, when you say go find a job, mate, I've done my hard yards. I've done my jobs. This ain't a joke. I do this. This is my job. Don't hate that, mate. Don't be jealous of that fact that you going to work your 9 to 5 and I'm sat here being able to do this. But it's hard work. So get your set in the bin. If you don't like it, don't watch. That's what I would say to you. Or alternatively, set up your own channel and set up the Mateo Joseph fan club. But you will see, if you look on my videos, I have never said anything bad towards Mateo Joseph. So get yourself in the bin. Jamie, you're on that. We've had another super chat. He says, "We will buy on the cheap Archer when Sheffield United get relegated." Yeah, true. And I'd assume it that buyback clause for Villa won't be the year after. Like we've seen with Southampton and Lavia, it was like 2 years it didn't kick in. So there could be something to consider there. Mr. Kipper says, "Joe, love your channel, man. Fair play for going full time. Takes balls to do that. Cheers, broski. Thank you. See, there is nice people in the world. Big up to you, Mr. Kipper. People love your content and don't get worked up on the hate. There are gobshites out there. Much love. Yeah, and it all just comes from a place of jealousy, right? It is what it is. But yeah, all love. Thank you very much for the super chat, Mr. Kipper. That means a lot. Let's have a look. Thank you very much, Robbie. Thank you, Sripper, Josh McDonald. Jeez. Yeah, I have, Fergus. Yeah, because it was a personal attack, broski. It was a personal attack. And then people bait and they go, "Oh, what a bite. What a bite." It is what it is. YouTube is a tiring job to put up people crying 24/7. It is what it is. But then I've done you a favor, bro. That is fine. Goodbye. You will not be missed. I have done you a favor. This is what I never understand. If you don't like what you view, then don't view. If I don't like something, I don't watch it. You know what I mean? I just turn it off. It is what it is. I've done you a favor. Love you as well. I love you as well. Piroe going to have that voodooka effect. Let's hope he's even a fraction of that. Even a fraction. Yeah, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. Theo, my man. Okay, enough with the Bamford lovers. The lack of striker took us down. Yes, 100%. Yeah, man. It's going to be a good day. It is going to be a good day. I'm expecting signings today. I am expecting signings today, potentially. I say potentially. No, I am. I am expecting a signing today or somewhere close to, because it needs to happen. I think it happens. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see something happening. Today, a couple of announcements, maybe. What's quite interesting, Leeds fans just mentioned Charlie Taylor. What's quite interesting there is the fact that Leeds United have bid for Max Aarons. We've tried to get involved with the Brandon Williams deal to Ipswich. We tried to get involved there. So he seems to be pretty way down the pecking order, but that's fine. Daniel Farker said we might not get our initial targets, didn't he? He said that we might not get our initial targets. He did say that. Some of them might have gone. I'd imagine Ryan Manning was up there. But I'm okay with Charlie Taylor. I'm okay with big up Jerry English. I'm okay with Charlie Taylor, but yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with the fullback. I think he wants a fullback that can play both wings, both sides, because both Williams and Max Aarons can do that. Charlie Taylor's left, right, although he did play centre back, but he's on the left side. I don't think he's ever played on the right. So we'll have to wait and see. But the fact that they've been actively looking shows that they know they need additions at fullback. So you've got that. But yeah, listen, the ones that I think so, Joel Piroe, that's going to take time anyway. But Glenn Kamara, Lewis O'Brien, Joseph Paintsil, a fullback. Let's watch this space. Hopefully, we can get them in before the weekend. We've got a press conference tomorrow. Tomorrow from Daniel Fox, so that's going to be interesting. I'll be back definitely at 6 o'clock for White Rose Rivals, and then we'll probably have something later on this evening with the Late Night Leeds crew. Yeah. So thanks as always for watching. Share the love, smash a like on the video, get your subscriptions in and all that jazz. And I'll see you in a bit. I'm off to shopping now and go get some food in. Peace out, folks. Enjoy your day. The sun is shining, the weather is sweeter. All love.